Hello, good morning, friends. This is Shivkumar again, and this is the third part of EWM video series. So, in this in this video, I would like to cover the Varo structure and related master data. Thanks for watching my videos. So, let's move on to the SAP EWM organization structure, and we are comparing with the ECC or ERP system, right? Actually, here in this picture, actually normally we are having the plant as a highest hierarchy, and then actually it belongs to the our ERP system, and then below the plant we are assigning the storage location. So we here actually we have defined two storage locations, RD00 and AF00, and the normally in ECC we are assigning the warehouse number or warehouse complex to the plant and storage combination. In the enterprise structure, we are assigning the warehouse to the plant and storage location combination, right? So we can check that using OX18 transaction, so as everybody knows in the ECC. And then now comes actually the EWM system. So the main difference between ECC warehouse number and EWM warehouse number is ECC we have three digits, three digit code, and in EWM we have 4 digit warehouse code. So the ECC warehouse code is linked with the EWM warehouse code. So this is the important organization structure. Anyhow, actually in EWM highest normally actually the highest thing we are having this EWM, and when it is integrated with ECC, we are creating the plant and storage location at the ECC side. So here actually, as already mentioned, I am using this example that ECC and EWM integration as a concept. ECC is a front-end system for all this inventory and accounting features, and the EWM will be the purely dedicated for the warehouse functionality. So the accounting and the costing, all these are related to materials and all the production related the stuffs, right? So normally it is in taking care by ECC system. We have already have the standalone EWM system that will be acting as a decentralized warehouse management kind of thing. So normally, actually, as already everybody know, EWM if acting as a standalone, then it is a decentralized system, right? Actually, only dedicated for the warehouse management. ECC we have all the different logistics and finance, all the production related modules are integrated in a single platform. Okay, so that is a difference. And hope you know actually the in Lean S4 HANA we have all the modules embedded in the single HANA platform. So let's move on to EWM organization units and structure. So the warehouse number in the organizational unit is the highest level in the warehouse management. Okay, it is used to represent the warehouse complex. That is why it's nothing but a warehouse. Warehouse number is nothing but a physical location. You can take in a business terms. We are giving the is a building simply. In practice, a warehouse mostly corresponds to a physical building or a distribution center. That is what I said, and each warehouse number has a substructure that maps to the spatial relationship in the warehouse complex in detail. It is very important. And next comes there are different forms where the products are physically stored in a warehouse. So what are they? Say we have various types of racks and any open storage, goods received and goods issue areas are there. These are represented with the storage types. As it's nothing, storage type is a group of warehouse bins with the similar characteristics, and then the storage types are defined on the basis of their spatial or the organizational features. Okay, and as a next point, the next comes below the storage warehouse number, then storage type, then storage section, right? Same like SAPWM. The storage section is a subdivision of storage type. So it is a further grouping of I mean, within the storage shape, we have multiple storage sections, right? Grouping, and represents a group of bins that generally have some sort of similar or like attribute. That is what I said, the like attribute. So the common used storage sections are fast moving or slow moving items or the type of stored products. So based on the business requirement, we are categorizing the into different sections, and further it is divided. Storage sections are further divided into storage bins. Okay, so storage sections are used to for determining the put away storage bin. Okay, and on the lowest level of WM organization structure are the storage bins. They are assigned to a storage sections, like, okay, if exists. Say normally actually sometimes the storage sections actually will not be existing in some client business or I mean organization setup. Normally in general SAP general we have this storage section normally existing, and the storage type and the represent the I mean they are assigned to the storage section, the storage bins if exist, and storage type and the represent the physical locations or storage space where the products are stored in the warehouse. So it's a physical location. Whenever you keep your product in your warehouse, you have to indicate its exact residence, okay, where it is exactly located and at what storage bin. These are very important. The coordinates of the storage bin tell you the precise position in the warehouse, exact location. Okay, coordinates. X, Y, Z coordinates of the bin, right? So three-dimensional view of the bin. So that will represent, that is a way we are defining in the warehouse, right? Actually, the bin structure will be like that. We are creating even for automatic bins, bin creation or manual. Actually, we have to define the X, Y, Z coordinates, right? 0001 or 10010002, something like that. You have that defines a precise position in the warehouse. So storage bins are considered as a master data. And next comes the storage bins. The storage bins are independent of the assignment to the storage type or logically grouped into the activity areas. The activity area is normally is a concept of EWM that is not available in the SAP warehouse management. Okay, and per activity such as picking or put away or physical inventory, you define an activity area in SAP EWM. Okay, and activities areas are used to define the bin sorting. Bin sorting, I think actually in the second video I have mentioned about the bin sorting. So in bin sorting, only bin sorting are based on the activity areas. Okay, for either it is a put away or picking or physical inventory, we are defining based on the activity area. When warehouse orders are created, okay, so this is the bin sorting will happen at the warehouse when our warehouse order created. According to the activity area, the same storage bin can be assigned to the multiple activity area. So normally we have a question in mind whether the same bin can be applied or it is restricted to particular area. So it is not like that. According to the activity area, the same storage bin can be available in multiple activity areas. Say activity area 1, activity area 2, activity area 3. We have the same bin based on the material. If you are doing sorting based on the material, then actually we do all the bins are included. I mean, multiple bins or even the same bin will be available in the multiple activity areas. So then if stock is kept on a storage bin, this quantity is represented as a quant is the lowest. I mean, it is a dynamic entity, right? So it is not a physical one. But as per the further subdivision of storage bin, we have different quants within the bin. The quant is therefore the content of the storage bin and is used for the inventory management of a product in a storage bin. Normally, actually, you hope you know in WM, say actually if you are creating a PO and then followed by the goods receipt and then TO confirmation, if you check the quant, it will take the purchase order number as a quantity number, and the same like in outbound thing, actually it will take the sales order as a quantity number. So represent the particular I mean particular from particular origination of the stock, okay, for the inbound and outbound. So warehouse, within the warehouse we have storage type, storage section, and the storage bin, and further it is a quant, okay. So in normal EWM customization, you can define the bin coordinate structure by assigning by, I mean, first of all, a unique character to represent the following components in the bin coordinate: that ISLs, stacks, level, and bin, and further bin subdivision and bin depth. Okay, how much it is deeper to place the material. So you can use this coding to create a template that can be used to generate the storage bin master data automatically. Okay, so it is already shown. So we have multiple example structure used to create a storage bin automatically. Okay, to each storage bin you can assign the warehouse number in which the storage bin is located. You must also assign a storage type to each storage bin. Okay, and it is also important to know that bin coordinate assigned to the storage bin. Okay, it is important to note that bin coordinates assigned to the storage bin must be unique within the warehouse. Okay, that should be same number, unique. It should not be, then it will give you a confusion. So with this page will represent the storage bin. We have what are the different types of data available in the storage bin. While checking the storage bin in SAP EWM, what are the data you can find? So first one is storage bin data. Then actually we have the physical inventory data, warehouse task and stocks, assigned activity areas. Okay, which are the particular bin is assigned to, which are the activity areas, which are all the activities areas to be assigned, either one or multiple. Okay, we can have this details. So storage bin data will have storage bin type, storage section, bin access type, then fire contaminant assortus thing, right? Fire contamination section, storage bin type, capacity check data, that is maximum weight, maximum value, and total capacity, how much is deeper. So all these things will come. And XYZ coordinates, bin depth I told, right? That the depth and the put away or removal indicators, blocks. So everything can be can be defined in storage bin data page or view. So now comes the activity area. So an activity area represents a logical section of the warehouse which groups together the storage bins based on the defined warehouse activity. Either it is a put away, picking, physical inventory. These are given as an example. We have multiple selection criteria, I mean grouping together area, together reasons. So for example, I am giving put away, picking, physical inventory. Okay, and then we can see activity areas to provide logical subdivision in your warehouse. In these activity areas, different warehouse workers execute certain warehouse activities such as put away or picking. Okay, and you create the activity dependent bin sorting within an activity area. Extended warehouse management EWM uses these bin sortings to optimize the execution of warehouse tasks. Okay, that is important. Extended warehouse management uses the bin sorting to optimize the execution of warehouse tasks. So bin sorting is many important actually. So sorting, why we are doing sorting? Then to optimize the material put away or picking. Okay, we can define for either put away or picking. Then activity area consists of one or more assigned storage bins. So now you can define the assigned storage bins using the following attributes, that is ISLs, stacks, levels. So these are the coordinates, bin coordinates. Then further bin division, bin depth, information about the storage type, any assigned deconsolidation groups if during the put away. And you can sort these storage bins into any sequence you want and assign as many activities to them as you require. Hope you know in SAP WM we have this sequence of storage bin to be put away or picking. We have this configuration in Pro, the same like that, but in EWM is an advanced one. Okay, and also why it is important means actually the bin to determine the bin sorting based on the order of bins, storage bins assigned to the activities area. So which activity area where the bin located? First we will check the first activity area and then second activity area of the particular bin where it is located, like that. So here the storage type DF50 were small parts and DF51 is a large part area. So we have this sequence, we have defined the sequence 0041, and then actually we have this based on the sequence we define, we are sorting the bin picking area for this one. This is a fast moving, based on the business requirement we are defining the sequence, and based on that sorting happens. Okay, picking area DF5M, like that. So bin sorting, okay. So this represents a stack and ISL, and then actually ISL one, and the next row is ISL two, and based on that actually we are defining the bin sorting sequence, say 17, 18, or which number you want to define on the sorting sequence. Actually, you can grouping together based on that thing. So system can do check based on that sorting sequence. Okay, so here it represents subdividing the and defining the sequence. Okay, this is the stack area and this is the isol area. So staging areas within the warehouse, a staging area is a organizational unit that is assigned hierarchically means it in order to the warehouse number, that is used to organize the flow of goods in the warehouse. The staging areas are used for the interim storage of goods in the warehouse. They are generally located in the close proximity to the doors. Okay, I told door size for picking area, or for picking it is a for picking actually is a bin near to the or storage type near to the picking area. Like that, proximity is nothing but a close coordinate. They are generally located in the close proximity to the doors assigned to them. You can define the staging areas for different purpose and even simultaneously for multiple purpose also. Okay, goods receipt, interim storage of unloaded goods until they are put away, and goods issue is nothing but interim storage of picked goods until they are loaded. So interim is nothing but a temporary location. Normally in those who know well in SAP WM will have 900 to 999, right? Actually those are coming under interim location. Sorry, 901 to 999, right? So those are interim location. 902 for GR, GA for 916, and internal warehouse bin to bin movements 922, like that. You, I hope you know, everybody knows. And so I'm just giving example here. Okay, so staging area is represented in the warehouse structure as a storage type with the storage type role D. So you can group multiple staging area into the staging area groups. So from the name itself you can know staging area group is nothing but grouping together multiple areas. Okay, so represents the warehouse structure as a storage type within the storage type role D. In this case, storage staging areas group correspond to the storage type, while the staging area within the staging area within the staging area groups correspond to the storage section. Okay, you can also divide each staging area into one or more storage bins. You need multiple storage bins. For example, if you want to define loading sequence. Okay, based on the business requirement. Again, I'm telling why I'm telling you every time business requirement is you are doing configuration or implementation or design based on the business requirement. So here is a door for inbound and here it is a door for outbound, and we are having DR00, DR01, DR2, 03, 04. We have multiple bin doors, and we have bin for ZR zone, and here bin for ZA zone. So here the staging area for inbound, and this is for the staging area for outbound, and these are nothing but a storage type sections. Okay, so that is important. So in this actually how the materials are put away to 01, mean door 1, door 2, door 3. This material comes to staging area. So this is the receiving office and staging area group 1. So this staging area 1, staging area 2, So staging area 1 to 8 are GR, that are those are grouped under staging area group 1, and the staging area 3 is a standalone separate. Okay. So here actually all the activities can be taken place, right? Actually put away, and this is a whole warehouse. So this is a shipping office where picking happens. So here actually the staging the picking staging areas grouped together. Say for example staging area 7. So staging base 1 to 8 for GA. Okay, and then is a staging area staging base 1 to 4 for goods receipt. Okay, so based on the business requirement, they are grouping together the staging areas into staging area groups. So we have for our outbound, we have door 4 and door 5 for the staging 5, staging area 5 assignment, and door 6 and door 7 for the staging area 6. It is assigned to the staging area 6, and door 8, which is assigned to the staging area 7, for staging base for 1 to 8, and then actually this staging area base, that is base 1 to 4 goes to for door 9. Similar way actually here it is a general overview assignment how the EWM works. Okay, so this is same to be defined in the configuration. Why I am explaining here is the same way we are going to define in the configuration. So next to come work center. The work center is a physical unit in the warehouse, okay, in which the warehouse activities such as packing, distribution, or weighing are performed. Okay, so consolidation, deconsolidations, everything happen. Structurally, the work center is assigned to a storage type. The storage type is assigned to the work center must have the storage type role of work center E, and the pick point is B, or identification pick point is C. You can configure more than one work center for each storage type in the system. Okay, but normally the one work center for each storage type is more than one work center for each storage type is defined. Several work centers can have the same inbound and or outbound sections. Okay, like one to multiple, multiple to one is possible. The creation of work center requires customizing and definition at the master data setting in EWM. So EWM system beyond the creation of storage, right? It represents a work center also. Okay. So here work center, say for example, verb is nothing for packaging material type. So here actually the storage type is 800, and storage type, section is out B is nothing but an outbound. Okay. So the material is coming here, and it is in work center where VRP for packaging, and so bin is out one for pack underscore station. Okay, outbound packing station here. So once it is packed, material is packed, it will be sent. It will be sent to the fire for picking location. Yeah, important for the and then storage section, and then storage bin types, then we can review the existing storage bin types, and then define bin structure, and then defining activity area, assigning storage bins created to the activity area, and define sort sequence for the activity area, what sequence the bin is to be sorted. And then we need to create the storage bins. Transaction is a CWM slash ls10. Then we need to define the sort storage bins in sequence. So bin is sorted, then define work center, review the existing work centers available. So this completes our third part of video. So I hope actually this video is very helpful for everyone. Thanks for watching my videos. So let's in next video we can discuss the delivery integration. It is between ERP and EWM. Okay. Thanks for watching, friends.